Virtually all life on this planet requires water, and there's nobody that doesn't have somebody downstream from them. Taking care of our water quality definitely affects other people downstream, no matter where you are.
The Mackinaw River is one of the major tributaries to the Illinois River. It has a pretty high nutrient load that flows into the Illinois River on down into the Gulf of Mexico. So one of the issues we're addressing is how to reduce the nutrient runoff from agricultural land into this river system and beyond. Locally, you tend to see high nutrients in the reservoirs, high algal production, and start having drinking water issues.
Large amounts of nitrogen are being used to grow the crops that we need to feed really the world, and what we end up with is water leaving the field after a major rainfall carrying nitrates and dumping them into the main river system.
This is Lake Bloomington, which is one of our water supply reservoirs. We have two of them. Both of these reservoirs are in some highly agricultural watersheds. Sediment, it's very easy to get rid of, bacteria, algae, that type of thing. But nitrates are very soluble in water, and they're very hard to remove. You have to remove them chemically. We really wanted to look into a way of reducing the nitrates coming into our reservoirs via some more permanent and natural methods with the wetlands.
These are treatment wetlands, and their major job is to take out nitrate. And the way they take it out, it's a microbial process called denitrification. The upper few millimeters of sediment, we have microbes that actually convert the nitrate to atmospheric nitrogen.
Right now we're at the Research and Demonstration Farm, and this is a site where we've been working for about almost 10 years now with the Franklin family who owns this farm.
I was on the board of a local conservation group, and one of the people I was working with also had worked with the Nature Conservancy, and they expressed an interest in if they only had a place where they could do these practices, and so the timing worked out almost perfectly.
At this site we do research on wetlands, how effective they are, looking at kind of how large the wetlands need to be relative to the drainage area to retain tile-drained water and reduce nutrients in that water.
What we found is the optimum number is about 2.5%.
We've done some surveys in the past, and one of the questions we had on those surveys were to landowners and farmers, and we asked them, how do you prefer to learn about a new conservation practice? 9 out of 10 said, we want to see it on the ground, we want to see how it works. We had a landowner who was pretty nervous about putting in a wetland, and we showed him the wetlands here, and he said, oh yeah, I can do that. Farmers are naturally good stewards of the land. I mean, I think they work the land, they love the land, and the more they understand, what is the right practice and where should it be, the more they're willing to put these in.
If you can take 3% out of the ground and to convert it to wetland, you would remove a lot of the nitrates and the things that are not good for the water quality. And so somebody, I think, has to look at it and say, is a 3% reduction worthwhile? And I believe it is, and I think that's a small price to pay to keep the water safe, not only around here, but again, everybody downstream as well.